Hello, my loves. Today's topic is all about skills that you can use to stay calm and happy. So I will share some basics on emotion regulation, mindfulness, and then daily practices that work well for me. So hopefully these will be great for you also. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Copewell Podcast. Yes, we are officially calling this a podcast now. And in this podcast, I share practical tools from research to serve your mental and emotional wellness. I'm your host, Dr. Ashley DeLucia, and today we're going to dive into something that we all need, which is effective ways of managing our emotions to build resilience. I call these life skills. So think about how many times you felt overcome with emotion. So maybe your emotions are in control of you. Think about when anger may seem to hijack your day, or if anxiety just won't let you function. I feel like everybody's been there. So I want to share with you another way to help you experience emotions, and one that gives you control. So you don't have to suppress anything and your emotions aren't in control of you. So the first tip I want to give you is a powerful mindset shift. Instead of saying, I am anxious or I am angry, what if we said, I notice anger appearing, or I'm experiencing anxiety right now? This small change in our language creates a shift. It's really a psychological distance, and it's a space between who you really are at your core and the emotions you are temporarily experiencing. I think way too often we label ourselves, and sometimes that can put us into a victim mode, and it can limit us. So when we can distance ourselves and notice that our emotions are a part of us and we're just experiencing them temporarily, that gives us our power back. So if you think about a storm, I often relate our emotions to storms. I wouldn't say I am rain during a storm, because the rain is something that's happening around us. It's not who we are. And so our emotions function the same way. They're like weather patterns moving through our awareness, not part of our identity. So another way to think of this is if we identify too closely with those difficult emotions, it's so easy to get stuck in them. But when we view ourselves as maybe someone who's fundamentally okay, someone who experiences difficult emotions like all humans do, we create a psychological foundation that supports greater resilience. We know emotions are going to come, but they're also going to go, right? And pass through us. So if you're listening and you're thinking, oh, that sounds great, but how do I actually do this? I've got you. I'm going to give you 3 strategies that you can implement and use to help you make this mindset shift to less identification. Strategy number 1, create consistent regulation opportunities. And the key word here is consistent. Many of us are trying to regulate our emotions when we know we need to, because we're already in distress. And that's like trying to learn swimming when you're drowning already. So instead, I want you to build daily practices that recalibrate your nervous system to calm before it becomes too late. So for me, this looks like daily breath work. I try to do this each morning. I really enjoy listening to a meditation during my morning commute because I deal with a lot of traffic and I have a pretty long commute. I drive about an hour every morning. So I have time to do a lot in the car. I'm usually in my car. And so I need to kind of leverage that time so it serves me better. And I've noticed that when I am listening to the meditation, I always do guided, obviously, because I'm driving. It distracts me in a way that really helps me handle the stress of sitting in traffic and dealing with other drivers. It just takes so much stress away. So for me, that's powerful and that works. So stillness each day. And then movement. I love to use the skill stacking strategy that I've shared, where I have regular interval times set on my phone to go off every hour, and that is my time to remember to regulate. And this is when I will do this skill stacking when I can. I will walk, get up and move my body, and do box breath that is matched to my steps. So I'll inhale for a count of 4 as I take 4 steps, hold for 4 steps, exhale for 4 steps, hold again for 4 steps. And I just do that for a few minutes, and I love it. So this consistent opportunities of regulation, whatever it is for you, it doesn't have to be about like forcing positivity or trying to, create that happiness that I shared in the beginning. For me, it's just about slowing down, being able to observe my breath, drop into my body, and be with whatever emotions or sensations are there without the judgment. So like I have a pain in my jaw that is pretty consistent. Instead of like beating myself up over that, I just accept it. Maybe I rate it on a scale. I breathe into it, everything I can to just accept what is, and then also notice the emotions that are present. I found out through a training I attended a few days ago that new research actually shares that our thoughts are created from our emotions. And a lot of people think it's the other way around. And I have shared in the past that we have a thought-emotion loop pattern, and they feed on each other. We have thoughts because of an emotion we feel, and then we feel the emotion stronger because of the thoughts we create about it. And that's just what I've experienced. So it's interesting to know that, our thoughts actually come because we're already experiencing a certain emotion. So with this consistent regulation opportunity, even if you don't have the words for how you feel, drop into your body, notice what's there, see if you can accept it so it's processed and you don't have to hang on to it by creating those thoughts, right? It moves on. So this can create a centered foundation that makes it easier to handle whatever the day throws at me, hopefully for you too. And if you're having a really particularly challenging day, I would recommend a regulation break, and maybe you do more than 90 seconds of breath work if that's what you start with. Something where you can really trigger that relaxation response, or do a nervous system reset. And there are lots of ways you can do that. I have intended to do a whole episode on nervous system regulation techniques. Getting up and walking would be one with the breath, like the skill stacking I mentioned. Activating the vagus nerve by practicing something like VU breath, humming, drinking water. That vagus nerve runs beside your esophagus. So humming or singing can even help calm you down. And then bilateral stimulation is something I want to go into more. Something like a butterfly breath and tap, where you just cross your arms over your chest and you alternately tap on either side of your body, right side, left side, right side, left side. There's some interesting research around how that can also calm the nervous system. So add that in if you're having a challenging day, even if it's just for a couple minutes at a time in between your meetings or your activities, whatever you have going on. So I want you to think about what your daily regulation can look like and what skills you're willing to try. I'll be totally honest. I would love to meditate every day, but I don't always take the time to do it, even if it's just a few quick minutes here and there. Be intentional about it. Journaling would be another good one, just to get in touch with your emotions, slow down, gratitude, enjoy what's around you. And I really enjoy my quiet mornings with my coffee if I can create that. So that would be a great way to start your day with some regulation opportunity there in the beginning. Strategy number 2 is movement as medicine. I love saying that movement is really miraculous for shifting our big emotions, our difficult emotions. So I would definitely leverage movement if you can, because our physical state, it really affects our mental state. So if you want to change how you think, how you feel, one of the fastest ways is to do that somatically, so through the body. So when I feel a negative emotion building or some tension, frustration, a quick walk, stretch session, there's other more interesting like shaking, dance things that can help you process feelings and just let them move through your body so you don't have to hold on to them. Often what seems like an emotional problem can be addressed through physical movement. And that's really helpful for young children who cognitively don't have the language or the words to share how they're feeling. If you think about nature and animals in the environment, they shake after trauma, after being chased by the tiger or something. And that's how they dispel the negative emotions. And we don't do that. So that shaking, dancing movement would be accomplishing the same thing. The research on this is clear that physical activity releases endorphins. It reduces the stress hormones and the cortisol that we have running through us. You don't need an hour-long workout to get the benefits. Even 5 minutes of movement can help shift your emotional state. I highly recommend it. Strategy number 3, probably the most powerful, practice self-compassion. When strong emotions arise, try stepping into what's called observing the self. And this is the part of consciousness that can witness our thoughts and feelings without being caught up in them. So if you ask yourself, what am I noticing right now? Or what do I feel in my body? And then what thoughts are accompanying this feeling? This curiosity-driven approach can really prevent you from spiraling into reactivity. And here's something fascinating that I've discovered. Simply observing emotions often allows them to naturally transform and release. And so I want you to think about self-compassion in the same way. It's just as important as this observing. Notice what you need in difficult moments. Bring that compassion in. Maybe you need some space, some time, some comfort. Maybe you need more connection. So learning to self-soothe is one of the most valuable skills we can develop, but it starts with that mindful observing from asking yourself what you need in each moment. So beyond these 3 core strategies, I want to share some daily habits that can set the foundation for emotional wellness, which my kid language is staying calm and happy. So first, consider how you start and end your day. As you're falling asleep, if you can set an intention, I also like to try to set an intention in the morning. As you fall asleep, you're planting a seed in your subconscious mind about what you want to create or what you want to experience. In Yoga Nidra, we call this a sankalpa. So you can frame this intention as an affirmation. And it could simply be like, I intend to, or I am experiencing calm today, or I am more peaceful in this moment, or I'm handling challenges with confidence and compassion. And then before you wake up, don't rush into your day. Take a moment to feel that gratitude. So each morning before I get out of bed, I try to do 3 things that I'm grateful for. It's a wonderful way to start your day with some humility. And as you're getting ready, consider something that will be soothing to start your day versus just jumping right into the news or social media. I play miracle tone frequencies, those healing frequencies, solfeggio frequencies. They're called lots of different things. But I play that each morning. I have a little Alexa in my bathroom that I turn on each morning while I'm getting ready. And that creates a sense of peace and calm in the beginning of my day. So I can take that with me. So something like that might be helpful as well. And then maybe move into your intention. You can invite in more ease or peace or confidence. Decide however you want to show up for the challenges that are going to arise in life. That's our cope ahead skill. So this intention practice puts us more in control of our experiences because we can't always control what's happening around us. So if you can think and plan ahead how you're going to show up with compassion, with grace, with acceptance, that can be powerful and help you continue that feeling of being in control. And I want to emphasize something important with these skills. Perfect happiness isn't the goal. It's really resilience. Success isn't about never feeling the hard emotions. It's about how quickly you can return to that balance after the challenge. And some days are going to be harder than others. That's totally normal. But these skills aren't about eliminating those difficult emotions. It's really about developing a healthier relationship with the full range of our human emotions and all the things we get to experience in life. So if you're working on building some of these skills, remember that consistency matters more than a goal or, getting to perfection, being happy all the time. And start with just one thing at a time, just one skill, one practice. Even if it's just labeling your emotions as they arise and then pulling in judgment later, non-judgment, right? We don't want to judge how we feel. Notice how even you taking action on one small skill helps create more sense of agency and control during the challenges that arise during the day. And the beautiful thing about these skills is that they're going to add up over time. So each moment of mindful awareness is going to build a new neural pathway that's going to make the next moment of awareness more accessible. Your capacity for emotion regulation is not fixed. Right? We know this now because of neuroplasticity. So your brain is trainable, especially with consistent practice. So I hope that gives you some hope. I hope that gives you some motivation and some ideas to help you start creating more calm, even just a little bit more of happiness and feeling in control of your emotions. Before we finish up, I want to leave you with a practical exercise you can try. Each time you notice a strong emotion arriving, pause and notice it. Say to yourself, I notice stress appearing right now, or whatever the emotion is. And then just take 3 intentional breaths. Maybe ground yourself by feeling your feet on the ground. That's it. It's going to take you less than 30 seconds, but it can interrupt your pattern of reacting and create space for more compassion, a more intentional response. Set a goal to just do it once a day and see if you notice a difference. So again, what matters most isn't avoiding our emotions, but just learning to be with them, knowing that they're a part of us. Again, I hope you found this helpful. If anyone you know is struggling, especially if they have a mental health challenge, if you think this is helpful, please share this with them. I know it can benefit a lot of people, but my intention is really to support the people who are struggling and don't feel a sense of hope yet. So I want to create that hope and just spread more good in the world. These tools are available, and we need to help more people to not just know about them, but really learn them, implement them, and help this be a new way of being. So remember that you're not your emotions. You're the awareness experiencing them. And that awareness can be your superpower if you let it. I hope this served you. Cope well, friends.